Good morning. Remember my little remote thingy here. I guess I'll just keep it in here since this is where I usually do this. We left off, we're starting 42, chapter 42, left off. Remember the famine was in all the land, everywhere, Canaan, Egypt. And people's going to go down to Egypt and try to buy food, including Joseph's family. Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, Why do you look one upon another? And he said, Behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. He heard that. You know, we take it for granted today because we've got every form of communication there is, but they didn't have none of that back then. But what they had was trade routes, people coming and going and buying and selling. And remember, that's how Joseph ended up in Egypt to start with. So Jacob gets word that there is food down in Egypt. He says, Go down there, buy from thence, that we may live and not die. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt, but Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren, for he said, Lest peradventure mischief befall him. Man, he sent Joseph out. For all intents and purposes, he thinks Joseph got ate by a beast, so he's not sending his youngest brother out. He don't want to lose him too, because that was Rachel's only other child. Plus, he's the youngest. And it says, The sons of Israel come to buy corn among these that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and he it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth. Does that sound familiar? Remember that dream, that first dream that Joseph had, where his sheaf was standing up and all their sheaves bowed down? Here it came to pass. Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, so they wouldn't know him. I guess he'd been in Egypt so long, he probably looks like them. And they don't speak, they don't recognize him. And it says he spake roughly to them. And he said unto them, Whence come ye? And they said, From the land of Canaan to buy food. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him. So he takes advantage of that. I'm sure he's still got a lot of stuff pent up from all those years of what his brother's done to him, and he's speaking a little tough to him. It says, Joseph remembered the dreams which he had dreamed of them, and said unto them, You are spies. You've come to see the nakedness of the land. They heard there was food down there. He thinks he's kind of telling them they're spies come down to see what all they can get away with and take. He says, They said unto him, Nay, my lord, but to buy food are thy servants come. We are all one man's sons. We are true men. Thy servants are no spies. And he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said, Thy servants are 12 brethren, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not. Joseph says unto them, That is it that I spake unto you, saying, You are spies. He's still talking rough to them, isn't he? Hereby shall you be proved. By the life of Pharaoh, you shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come here. Just want to see his brother. Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and you shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh, surely you are spies. And he put them all together into ward 3 days. So he throws them in jail for 3 days. He's probably trying to think up what to do, and he's got some good plans coming out here. Joseph says unto them the 3rd day, This do and live, for I fear God. If ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your houses. So instead of keeping them all, he's going to keep just one of them. Send them all back with the food. And he says, But bring your youngest brother unto me, so shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so. And they said one to another, We are verily guilty concerning our brother. They're starting to realize that what they did to Joseph's coming back to haunt them there. And that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore is this distress come upon us. And Reuben answered them, saying, Spake I not unto you, saying, Do not sin against the child, and you would not hear? Therefore, behold, also his blood is required. And they knew not that Joseph understood them. See, they're sitting there speaking in Hebrew, thinking that he's an Egyptian, but Joseph understands. Okay, plus, he's speaking to them, it says, For he spake unto them by an interpreter. he's got a little good scheme going here. He says, he turned himself about from them and wept. Imagine after all them years, here they are. It would be emotional. He goes off to the side somewhere, cries a little bit, comes back, it says, and communes with them. And he took from them Simeon and bound him before their eyes. Then Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn and to restore every man's money into his sack, and to give them provision for the way, and thus did he unto them. And they laded their asses with corn and departed thence. And as one of them opened his sack to give his ass provender in the end, he espied his money, for behold, it was in his sack's mouth. So this is going to freak them out. They're going to think that, they came down, they told him we're coming to buy food. Here we got the food and our money's still with us, because they're afraid that Joseph's going to find out that they tried to think that they're stealing this stuff, even though it was him that done it. And he says this to his brethren, my money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them, and they were afraid, saying one to another, what is that God has done unto us? And they came unto Jacob their father unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying, the man who is the Lord of the land spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country. Try not to sneeze again. And we said unto him, we are true men, we are no spies, but we are 12 brethren, sons of our father, one is not, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. And the man, the Lord of the country, says unto us, hereby shall I know that ye are true men. Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for your families, and be gone, and bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spies, but that you are true men. So will I deliver you your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land. And it came to pass, as they emptied their sacks, that behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid. And Jacob their father says unto them, me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, Simeon is not, and when ye take Benjamin away, all these things are against me. Jacob's feeling the heat, and he. Reuben, the firstborn, spake up and says unto his father, slay my 2 sons, if I bring not him to you. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to thee again. Trying to be the big brother. And he says, my son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way in which you go, then shall you bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave. And that's chapter 42, and it just keeps getting better. Show up tomorrow, man. It's like watching something out of Days of Our Lives or something. Never know when Stefano's going to pop up. But be here tomorrow, and we'll try chapter 43. God bless you. Well.